Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out as we go into hour 3 of the Troubadours. Tony, what's going on?
Well, our acting troupe-turned heroes of the day have secured themselves riding horses from Janice, a local merchant, who now has given them the horses and the pony, and what this does for them is that trip to the Bogma Swamps that was previously, 6 hours away, that trip has been cut into a third of what it was. So they get to the Bogma Swamps in about 2 hours.
What time of day is it? Since I don't think that's been established. What time of day?
Well, right now, let's go ahead and say you guys are probably coming up on about 3 o'clock-ish in the afternoon.
Okay.
So, mid-afternoon, sun has not started setting yet, but it probably will within the next couple of hours.
Do the horses come with coconuts?
Nay.
Damn.
Alright. But while you guys are riding, you do ride through the Hurris roads, and as you reach a patch of it, your horses kind of stop because, well, they need to eat, they need stuff like that.
Alright.
So, you guys, all you, what's going on?
I just want to take a quick look around.
Perception check then, please.
With pleasure. That's not the greatest.
You don't notice anything particularly out of the ordinary.
Could I do a nature and perception check?
Yes, you may. Which one? Would you like to make... Oh, wait, it doesn't matter, because the roll actually says which one's first.
Yeah, I'll do nature first.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, with the nature check, you can tell... Obviously, you can tell that these roads, it's kind of dead grass and gravel and stuff based on, the fact that they've been ridden often by trails and stuff like that. But in your checking, you notice there's actually a slight... there appears to be maybe the start of a footprint over here.
So, are we coming from the west and heading to the east?
You are going in this manner.
Okay.
So, because more or less the trail kind of did one of these as you're kind of going down, because Fothran was like above. So the trail kind of, if you watch the arrow, it kind of did something like this, and then kind of cut down, kind of back and forth, and kind of went like this way. So you guys are kind of doing this part of the trail right now, if that makes sense.
And
actually,
would a perception...
let me try to draw it. Like, kind of something like this is kind of like what you guys are on, and you're kind of in this area, like right here, if that makes sense.
Alright.
I know, it's kind of tough to show, but like hopefully that gives you the idea.
I guess I'll also just do a perception check in case I notice anything else that's not natural.
Okay. Sure.
Or if you can just see better than me, which you can with a goddamn
Oh,
There it is.
My goodness.
That's
I can
number
see
4.
everything.
You
So-
can see through the fourth wall!
So, yeah, I was about to say, so you can see me on the other side of the monitor, kind of shocked that you made that roll. No, but what you do kind of notice is that this is the start of the footprints, and from there, they seem to be going deeper and deeper into the swamp, and there appears to be several of them.
Okay, so we're basically at the edge of the swamp?
You're at the... Well, the thing is the swamp is still... Like, you're still on the road. There's still a ways to go the road before you hit the next major city. But the swamp is kind of a detour off this way, and it seems as though you guys have found the route that leads to the swamp.
Okay, well, since I noticed the footprints, I let everyone else know I see some tracks in the ground, and I'm going to slowly walk towards it.
I'll
Okay.
follow behind a few feet.
Are you guys still mounted?
Our horses stopped to graze, correct?
Correct.
I probably would be getting off my horse at that point.
Okay.
Same.
Same.
Okay. No problem. Alright, so you start to kind of meander over there, and like I said, you notice that the tracks They appear, it's a little hard to tell because it's the edge of the map, but the tracks appear to be going this way. So, like, they kind of keep going off in that direction. And off in the distance, maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of about 200 yards, you can start to see a not-so-lush-looking swamp with dead trees, mud, and all sorts of shit.
So are the tracks going towards the swamp, or are they sort of going around the swamp?
No, they are going towards the swamp.
Okay.
Well, looks like we found it, gentlemen and lady.
So I guess we just go closer to the tracks still?
If you wish to.
I'm just staying slightly behind. Keeping an eye out.
From what you can tell, there is no one here. Because Leifarl did the perception check, aced it, there's like no one around.
I'm gonna
Better safe than sorry.
Okay, so take a closer look at the tracks to see if it's either like a creature or...
Nature check that for me, please, since you're searching for tracks.
Nature or perception for tracks?
Nature, please. Because you've already found the tracks, you're just... Well,
Oh my god!
jeez! Yeah, these tracks match up with the tracks.
You're
that
like 3
are-
of the 5 20s so far tonight.
Yeah, these
I hope I can
tracks...
keep that up.
I call
Yes.
hacks.
So, these tracks match the ones that you guys saw in Gwendolyn's house.
Oh, there's no about it. We're
No.
on the right track.
Absolutely, no doubt about it, you're on the right track. Really put your best foot forward on this one, haven't you? Remember, in a war of words, I will never be outpunned. Anyway, let's move on. So yeah, no doubt about it. These are like the same tracks that you guys saw in Gwendolyn's house.
I was briefly reminded of the Pink Panther thing with verbal jousting. Sorry to sort of take it out, but that just reminded me of that. Sorry.
It's fine. So, what do you guys choose to do?
I think we're gonna have to follow these.
So we're gonna go back to. We're gonna grab the. Take our horse. How far into the swamp, or to the swamp, are we gonna take the horses?
I think before we go into the swamp, someone should check to see if there's any magic hanging around it or anything.
Good call. If you wish to make Arcana checks, this will be the opportunity to do so.
I will make one
Okay.
as soon as I get there.
Nothing that you can tell innately, but you don't know exactly what it is, but you can feel there's some kind of magic floating around, but it's very faint from what you can tell.
Does anyone else want to try an Arcana check?
I'll give it a go. Don't expect anything amazing.
In before crit a third time. Oof.
It's a
Wow.
2 though, not the 1.
Yeah, definitely not picking up anything.
I'm not trained or anything in it, so I don't think I should.
Well,
I don't know.
we can naturally roll higher than 15, so you might want to just give it a shot anyway.
All right,
I don't see the harm in not trying. I'm gonna try 2.
Not dreadful.
Not
Not the
particularly
best.
anything. You don't notice anything above what Endlt notices.
I can't give this another go, can I? It's basically one-off check.
I mean, if you want to, you can, but it's not entirely sure.
Okay, I'll give it one more try.
Well, can any of us like aid him in some form or fashion?
That you may aid on checks, and the way that works is you guys give me a saving throw. If you succeed on the saving throw, then he gets a +2 to his check.
It's just one flat d20, right?
Yeah, so just a /R 1d20. Okay, so when he does his check, you're assisting on it.
All right.
Let me try.
Okay.
Oof.
Damn.
So he rolls a 12, which turns into a 14, unless anybody else was trying to help on that check.
I think I've got something for saving throws. Let me see if I can find it.
Sorry, what are we rolling to help? How do we assist?
A flat 1d20, so /R 1d20. That's all you roll. And if you succeed on the saving throw, then it's considered assisting the check, and he gets a +2. You are not assisting on the check.
Yeah,
That's
not going to be any help.
Nope, not this time. So that would mean that Pandora has the opportunity to assist, but if she does, it'll only kick the check up to a 16.
Okay, I can give it a try.
Okay. Hey, there you
Take
go.
it.
It's a 16. So you can tell that, you can vaguely tell a little bit more about the situation. It's not much better than what you previously did. You can tell it seems to be some kind of magic of stasis.
Which kind of goes along with the stories that we knew of the swamp, correct?
Right. But that's about all you can pull out of this one. You don't know anything beyond that, Endlt.
Okay. Well, there's not much more we can tell, other than it's stasis magic.
I don't think we're going to get anything else unless we go further in.
Agreed.
Yeah, seems like the only thing left to do.
Okay, so do you guys choose to advance into the Bogmas swamps?
Are we leaving the horses? Taking the horses?
I don't think the horses would be that great in the swamp, unless anyone thinks otherwise.
I agree.
Yeah, the swamp is no place for a horse.
Okay.
Just look for somewhere to hitch them, so they...
You got a couple of trees.
But do we have rope?
Yes.
I have.
Yes, we have rope.
Alright, yeah, I guess we should just tie him off.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys hitch the horses to the tree then.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to have you guys then advance into the Bogmas swamps. So you guys start to kind of trek your way in there. And you're now probably somewhere between 50 and 60 feet into the swamp. And just to kind of give you guys the idea, you guys were kind of coming in off of that continued direction that the tracks were coming from. So you kind of noticed they kind of went off of the corner from the top. So they're kind of coming and continuing this way.
Alright. I'd like
But
to
it would
look
also
around,
appear-
see if there's anything I can see.
Perception check, please. No, you don't notice anything in particular, but you do, because there really isn't much place for them to hide very well, because there's not very much wildlife as you can see around here, but there is a ton of dead trees.
Paranoia, though. You always gotta check.
So this is the swamp proper, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do a nature check to look for any natural hazards, anything that looks like we might fall into if we step the wrong way.
Sure. Okay. You don't, you kind of see something over in, this area, here. It appears to be in a patch of ground, maybe about, let's say 3x3 in this instance, maybe in this area, right about here, maybe, is about where you see it.
And that's basically, we shouldn't walk there.
You should probably not be setting foot on that area.
Which the tracks so strategically avoid.
Yeah, I motioned to the tree near it and sort of point in that area, let's steer clear of that area.
Okay.
Totally didn't realize that was a tree until just now. Thought it was just cracks in the ground, even though it's a swamp. Well, it does kind of look like an upraised rock formation with cracks in it.
It's a dead tree, but it's still a tree.
Yes.
A tree is a tree, no matter how dead. Good to know.
I want to try
That's
one
right.
more magic check just to
Sure,
see if I find anything else.
no problem.
Man, I'm not having any luck with those.
Yeah, you're not really getting anything beyond what you got before. Just a faint stasis magic, but you can feel it's perhaps a little bit closer.
Okay. Believe it or
That's
not, I am
about all
trained
you
in that with all these rolls, so
we
I am not getting luck here.
Hey, bright side, you're not rolling a 1 yet.
Yep.
Trust me, we'll know if you roll a 1, because your box will be bright red instead.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna move forward a little bit and make a perception check.
Okay. Go ahead and move to where you're going to go and make the perception check. Okay.
Just next to the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Okay, so this is kind of a strange sight, but you can see kind of like over this area off in the distance, kind of towards where the tracks go. It looks almost like there's a crudely built wooden platform, but that's about all you can tell there.
So, like, something that's clearly been built.
Seems as though it may have been built. It's tough to tell from this distance, but you can tell there's a small wooden platform there.
I can see some wooden platforms in distance. Maybe made by kobolds. It's hard to tell from here.
Does it look old or new or?
Looks. It's hard to tell. Do I want to go closer and inspect it?
I think so. Let's just avoid that area by the tree.
Sort of
Okay.
move near the
Follow.
tree.
All right, so you guys kind of move closer, and are you going to attempt to inspect from there?
Yeah.
Wait, is it at like the edge of the map?
It's not at the edge of the map. It's maybe about another 50 to 60 feet further up.
Is there any particular reason why the footprints suddenly hang left, like right there?
I mean, not that you can tell. You're not entirely familiar with kobolds and their reasoning.
Does it look like the same number of track? 3 or 4?
It looks like it's the same number of tracks. It looks like there's probably 3, maybe 4, maybe 4.
Should we try to creep up to it to get a better look, or do you want to try another perception check from here?
It's up to you on that one.
Well, I'm asking the group.
Well, you want to take a look? Sure, I'll help you.
I'm going to move a bit closer and make another perception check.
Go for it.
And I'll help. Little it matters. No, I won't help. Screw you. I'm jealous of that.
Okay, 18. So you, well, I mean, you kind of see that. What exactly are you searching for in this instance here? Not entirely sure, actually.
We were looking towards the wooden platform and like the area around it.
So the tracks actually lead to the wooden platform.
Oh, I think it's safe to say we found the dwelling.
So, but it's just a platform from what you can tell.
We don't see anything going away from it, right? Like, we only see the tracks in the one direction.
It's tough to tell because there's kind of an enveloping mist up ahead that kind of obscures the vision past the platform.
Huh, that doesn't seem conspicuous at all.
So it is like the platform just like by itself? Is there like a hill next to it? Like, can you tell how to get onto the platform?
So from the appearance of it, you can tell, it appears as though maybe there's like a small dip in one of the corners that you can hop up onto. Maybe. But it's really hard to tell without getting closer to the platform. What you can tell, however, is next to it there is a dead tree, kind of off to the right-hand side of it, and there's like a small There's kind of like a small hill, but you're not really sure from here if perhaps it leads the ability to walk onto the stage unless you get closer.
Well, if they build a platform there, I would assume there would have to be a somewhat stable foundation. So I think we can head a little bit closer. I'm just not sure if we should start sneaking because we haven't noticed anything yet in terms of activity. So I think we can just walk towards it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So do the four of you choose to start walking towards this platform?
I do, yeah.
Well, I walk towards the tree at least.
Okay, you walk towards the tree next to the platform?
Yes.
Okay.
I kind of want to follow the tracks, but kind of head there. But
You
follow
can
the
if you
tracks
want
then,
to,
so-
because it appears as though the tracks and the tree are on opposite sides.
Okay, well,
So if you want to split up, you have the opportunity to. Just gotta tell me.
yeah,
just-
I kind of
just
want
stay
to
away-
follow the tracks.
Okay.
Because surely that's safe.
Okay, so you stick near the tracks. What does everybody else do?
I'm following near the platform.
You're following near the platform. Okay, so you're heading towards the tree then?
Yeah.
Okay. Leaf?
I was near the tree as well, near the platform.
Okay. And Pandora?
I think I'll follow the tracks and see if I can find a place to hide. Since I'm small, it'll be harder to see me.
Okay. So the two of you guys walk near the tracks, while the other two of you are near the tree. The fog does not appear as though it's letting up, but you can kind of hear a soft murmuring.
I'm going to do a magic check.
Okay.
Man.
Damn.
Okay. So you can tell you're getting closer to the magic that is stasis influenced, but now you seem to be in an area where there's a different magic that's taking hold.
To see if I can tell where the murmuring is coming from.
Okay. Perception check that for me, please.
Hey.
Ah, yes. You can tell that it's coming from that away. So you can tell it's coming from almost within this mist. But you can see the mist is slowly starting to peel back a little bit. So it's not much, but it gives you a little bit of a better sense. You're not in a small area, but what you do see is your platform is kind of standing there, and the murmuring is a little louder.
Did you say that the platform was at a height that we could kind of stand on and reach?
Yes. Yes,
Alright,
it is.
I'd like to move just like right here on the platform for now.
Okay, the murmuring begins to get louder. What does the rest of the party choose to do?
I'll go next to the platform, but I won't climb up on it.
Okay. The murmuring continues to get a little bit louder.
There's a tree over here, right?
Mm-hmm. The tree you are standing next to, correct.
Can I move? If I move a little bit ahead, can I kind of peek my head around it just to see if I can see anything further?
In which direction?
This area.
So, over this way?
Yes.
You can see a little bit further, but you can see it's because the fog is slowly beginning to kind of peel away, and the murmuring continues to get a little bit louder.
I want to try one more magic check. Just 'cause it's killing-
Okay.
killing-
RNGesus.
Good lord.
Oh my gosh, how many times have you rolled a 14?
I don't
Quite
know.
a few now. I think this is his fourth 14 that he's rolled. Maybe his third. I see I see a lot of 14s, not just from Endlt as well.
What kind of rigged game do you get me in here for?
Not rigged. Not rigged.
Well, it's not Halloween, so you can't have 13 right now, so, just 14's the
There's-
next best.
Fair.
Alright, I just advance forward to right here and just slowly and carefully.
Yeah. So, we since we're close to the platform, we can see if there's anything on it, right? Does there appear to be anything like on top of the platform?
There does not appear to be anything on top of the platform, no. It looks like it's just a plain old platform. But as Bart steps forward, like, the murmuring grows louder and more excited.
Can I?
So this is more cheers as opposed to murmurs, or just louder moaning?
They're starting to become more of a cheer.
Can I try a perception check to just see if I can tell what is murmuring?
You may attempt it.
May I as well?
You may.
Alright. Hey, not
Ooh,
terrible.
the 21 is good.
Why can't I get my button here?
But a 30 would be better.
A 30 will be better. Well, you can only get a 26.
Oh,
Oh, a 10's not helping, but Bart on top of the stage. What languages do you know?
Elven, or Elvish, whichever is the correct phrasing for it, and Common.
So you can't understand what they're saying, but you kind of hear kind of a garbled, almost reptilian chorus beginning to chant the same thing over and over again.
I think I am also going to climb up onto the platform, which I'm thinking I understand what it is. I'm going to go in the corner for now.
Okay.
I climb up to there.
You go on there, and the crowd gets even more rambunctious, and the chanting begins to go faster and faster.
why do I not want to get on this platform?
Because you're a wise individual.
I don't think I can get on the platform. I'm too short.
it's
No,
funny,
you
you're a
can
cleric,
probably
you
get
are
on there.
Can I hear the same chanting that
Yeah, you guys can hear the same chanting. At this point, it's starting to become very apparent that there is some sort of chanting, and it's in a language that. What language does your character know?
Common and Draconian?
Oh, you actually understand the chanting.
Yeah.
You actually understand it.
Yeah, that's why I got on the stage.
And
I had a feeling I would.
they're saying, show, 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 show.
Oh my god, are we
Guys.
going to put on a show? God
I think
damn
this
it.
is a performance stage.
So, and the chanting continues. It keeps saying, show, show. And, like, people are going, like, all kinds of crazy. Like, they're all getting excited.
They're chanting for a show.
Well, then I say we give him one. I just kind of like tumble-ish forward to the center of the stage and strike a pose.
You kind of, there's kind of like a soft, oh. But then they started back up again.
I just kind of gesture for the others, just like, we'll do something.
I'll get on the back
I'll climb up too.
here.
So everybody gets on the stage, and all of a sudden, so if you guys can move yourself to the stage really quick, the whole crowd just starts going absolutely ape shit, and you just hear them just yelling. Like, you hear one of them yell out in a really high-pitched, "Come on, give us a show!" And then the mist just disappears.
Did we all understand that as in common, or was it
The
still
Draconic people understood that
Can
one. So anybody
anyone
who
else
speaks
speak it?
Draconic.
I speak it as well.
So they say, "Come on, give us a show!" And the fog magically lifts from in front of you guys.
Good lord.
That is quite the audience.
I feel like I'm looking at like one of those Facebook posts, like find the 8 in the line of question marks. Oh no, it's the 8 in the B or the B in the 8, that type of thing.
That's it. Okay. So you see in front of you quite the sizable audience.
I think I know why they may have taken her now.
So they're kind of like, you can see them all, they're kind of like leaning forward in anticipation. So, they want a show, but they're not saying what they want. So guys, it's up to you. What are you gonna do?
What was the name of this swamp officially known as again?
Bogmus.
Bogmus. Alright.
And according to the map that Fen had, it is spelled the following in the Roll20 chat.
Of course, you have to include the word bog.
Had to. Easy, Mel. Okay.
Well, I think we know who the famous one is. The most famous one.
Yeah, the one they kidnapped.
The one that made the map guy passed out.
What? Everybody has their own fans. Jeez.
All right. So what do you guys choose to do?
I'm assuming run like hell is not an option.
Well, they want a show, and there appears to be quite a few of them, and they continue to chant show.
Paul's chanting show.
Oh, goodness.
Well, they'll only be able to understand two of us. So two of us so two of you only have to worry about acting and not speaking.
Well, they may speak and understand common. You don't know that.
I speak primordial. Maybe I can yell that at them and confuse them. It'll make it
I
sound really
begin
interesting.
reciting my lines from a random scene from the play that we've been practicing incessantly for the past however long it's been.
I would like you to give me a performance check in the form of a... Well, let's see here. Why don't you give me a hard charisma check on this one?
What's my mod?
So that's going to be a
Plus
1d20 plus 2. If you click the mod plus half level, I think it rolls it for you.
Really? Hey, it does look like
I think it does.
it.
Hey! Ooh!
I really did need that practice after all. Fuck. Hey, when that
you kind of hear a small little subset of the audience kind of boo and hiss a little bit, but they're not exactly happy with the start of it, but they seem at least slightly appreciative that maybe it takes a little bit of time for someone to warm up.
Well, I just kind of look around to the others and kind of subtly gestures like, come on, go with it. We know this, right?
I raise my hands up into the air and sort of look to the sky, and I basically shout out, "Why have the gods of nature forsaken us for our crop?" Sort of to try and move the audience, rile them up, get them to feel some emotion, any emotion.
Go ahead and give me a charisma check then.
So what do I roll for that?
What you're going to do is you take a look at your stats on your character, and where it says mod plus half level, you just click that. Surprisingly enough, that's actually coded in there, which is actually kind of cool. I like that.
It's useful.
Oh, okay. They kind of seem to your speech kind of echoes a little bit, and it kind of silences the crowd. Not in a bad way. They're just kind of like, whoa.
I'm going to try and step forward a little bit and recite some lines from the play we're working on as well.
Okay, go ahead. And do you know any of them in Draconic?
Well, I speak Draconic, but
Okay.
the question is, I guess I'm assuming I can translate it to that.
Yeah, you can translate it, but in Common, what does everybody else hear?
Oh my gosh.
Is this going to be like one of those Google Translate things where the meaning is close but not quite accurate? And you translate back and forth?
I don't know.
Something like your mother is a whore.
Let's see. What kind of play were we working on?
You were working,
what I would say.
kind of think of like a Great Depression era style play.
We were trying to bring in a harvest.
Yes.
Why have the gods forsaken me? Why has my crop failed? Oh.
God, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, because you speak Draconic, I'll give you the charisma check and I'll give you a +2 on that. Because you have Draconic, so you can actually translate into something I understand.
Here we go.
So if you just roll your charisma and I'll give you a +2. Ooh, a 22!
Yes.
Like, you can now see at this point, they are all kind of like, they're just like riveted. They're like, oh.
I think, can we all start in on a scene together?
If you want to, sure. You've got their attention.
Okay. I think all of us should start in on whatever scene we are working on. Now, if I have to make up all these words, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do.
Might be.
Hey.
This is
Improv
exactly
a
what
little
you
bit.
wanted, isn't it? That you wanted to put us on a stage and then have us try and make up a play while we're standing here.
Maybe.
You clever bastard.
I said role-playing was important, didn't I?
This is true, and we are troubadours after all.
So, but you've got their attention, so command the stage, fair players.
Depression era, crops.
Yeah, I sort of look around. It's like if only there was a sign, the weather might change. And I actually, this is I want to ask a question. I'm thinking I want to use one of my utility abilities, my obscuring mist, to smoke scene event. So because I'm asking for a sign, I want to have.
Oh,
But would I be
sure.
able to do that discreetly?
You probably could, yeah. But keep in mind that if it is a daily use of the power, you will not be able to use it for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I think it's still worth it to try and build something up.
Okay. So you
So-
say give them a sign and you decide to use your obscuring mist. Where do you wish to use it? Actually, probably roll it first so we can figure out the range on that stuff.
Can't go wrong. Practical.
I'm not entirely sure what I roll for this.
Obscuring mist, you press the roll button.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you create the slowly expanding mist, and it's your range on that ability is what, range 10 on it, I think?
But
It's burst 1 within 10. So anywhere within 10 squares. I mean, if you want, you could cast it like on the middle of the stage, technically.
I think I do want to do that. Sort of like coming in from behind me.
So
So,
from
like-
behind you.
Yeah, like would it be like the 9 squares behind me? I think.
So it would be something like this, basically.
Move it 1 row up.
Okay. Okay, it's a little bit tough to move these things, so it might look a little wonky at first. Like right there?
Yes.
Okay. So you create the mist, and now the audience is like, oh! Like they are like, holy. Like they're eating this up.
I sort of whisper. It's like it looks like they might appear like tricks more than words.
Can I see who these 3 guys are up here?
These 3 back here. They appear to be just kind of like, they appear to be a bit tougher. I guess they appear to be decked out in a little bit more armor. One of
Okay.
them, they're the two. They appear to have what looks to be like maybe javelins at their side and maybe a shield on their back.
So is
So they're definitely tougher than the other group here.
is the mist our sign that things are turning around, I guess, in our play? Is that what we're shooting for?
A sign of rain. Was what I was shooting for.
Gotcha.
So, but they're like, whoa, like, you know, if there could be a sign and all of a sudden mist. Oh. So they're into it.
Worst play ever.
Worst play.
Except for that one kobold in the front row.
Who then gets a spear in the back from the person behind him, and is silenced. There we go. That's what I was. Oh goodness! All right, so what are we gonna do? A crit fail and a crit success on the damage at the same time.
That's right, the one-sided die, the eternal loop. Side note, actually really funny, a 1d1 actually does exist.
Oh, also a minor thing. Since I know I can sustain and increase it, like since this currently isn't a battle, do I have to worry about like it dissipating or?
Kind of, if that makes sense.
Because I can make it bigger if we need to, but like I don't know how much time I would have before like that option disappears.
Well, let's assume that you guys have been presently acting in order, so I know that whatchamacallits, I know that Endlt went first and then you went to actually no. Technically,
I took center stage first.
Bart went first, then it went
I also went in front of. I went twice. That's also might be why you're confused. Cause
okay, yeah, okay. We'll assume that this one is your turn then. So then it went. So it went Bart, Endlt, and then Leif. So then it goes to Pandora. What do you choose to do?
I'm going to jump off the back of the stage, run down to where the fog is, climb up, and jump out of the fog.
Ooh, that sounds like an acrobatics check if I've ever heard of one.
Yes.
Come on, acrobatics check.
Really?
Oh.
So you pop out of the mist in dramatic fashion, and you can actually hear, like, several of the kobolds in the audience, like, actually scream. And then there's, like, kind of jabbering from a few of them, and anybody in Draconic can understand them saying, "Oh, water sprite!" At this point, like, you've really got their attention.
I think Bart's turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I'm
Bart's
trying
turn.
to figure out what I want to do.
Well, I think that's our sign from the gods. Maybe that if only one of us could make it rain, that would do it. But that's our sign from the gods. Maybe that rain is on the way.
Yeah.
Or something.
doesn't have to be a good thing.
Yes, that's true. Mist can be both a good and bad thing, can bring good things, or can hide bad, and I'd like to sort of sneak my way into the mist and try like stealthily hide away in it.
Okay, stealth check.
And scroll, there it is. Damn.
It's enough to blend in.
Eh.
So then it goes to Endlt.
So we have a water sprite jump out of the fog,
Yes.
and Bart just went to hide in the fog.
Yes.
So where does that leave us?
I don't know. Where does this lead? Keep going.
3 people in front of a lot of kobolds.
4.
Well, one's in
3.5.
I think I'm just gonna still go with it and say, at last, a sign from the gods. Perhaps our prayers have been answered, and rain is on the way.
Okay, go ahead and give me that charisma check again, but I'll give you the +2 because, again, you can translate into Draconic.
Let's see.
Okay. At this point, the audience is just kind of like waiting with anticipation because they know something. They know that fog means something, but what could it mean? Leifarl, what could it mean?
So I sort of say it's definitely a sign of rain to come, but at this point I want to sort of make the fog a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Do I need to roll it again,
Nope.
or?
Nope. Sustain minor means you can make it 1 bigger, so I'm going to expand it out as far as I can. So, like, to there, basically, is where it goes now.
I move ahead, so I'm not in the fog right now.
Okay.
And I sort of thought, but this mist is too much. I think a large storm is coming.
Okay, and what do you choose to do now?
Oh, it's still me?
Yeah, well, you say a storm is coming. So, I mean, does that preclude anything? Like, are you using an ability or anything like that, or?
I don't think I want to use the ability this turn, just in case. I sort of just want to like keep building it up and sort of say like maybe we should take cover.
Okay. Then we'll go ahead and it goes to Pandora at this point.
I want to make some big statement in Primordial pertaining to rain to make the experience feel authentic, and as the other two seem to go away to go for shelter, I want to stay out to show how in tune with nature I am.
Okay.
You are the water sprite.
So you say this, and they kind of like you say this in Primordial.
Yeah.
A few of them kind of recoil in terror, but they're still with you. They're still with you. Bart, what do you choose to do?
I'd like to stay hidden, but just slowly make my way over to this end of the stage.
Okay. Goes back to you, Endlt.
I think I'm pushing for, like, if we can keep increasing this fog, maybe we prayed for a storm. We prayed for rain, but we got a huge storm that overtakes us, and maybe we can all play dead. Eventually, I don't know.
Okay. And so you kind of say that you prayed for the rain, but you got a storm instead.
Right.
Charisma check, or did you just do that for me?
Oh no, that was last round. I'm gonna do it again.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do it again then. Remember, you get a +2 on that.
Ooh.
They're kind of like, but they're kind of empathizing because it's like, they feel bad because it's like, well, you prayed for the rain, now you may have gotten a lot more than you've bargained for. Leif? So they're like, you haven't lost them yet, but they're starting to wane a little bit back. But they're still pretty, like, into this right now. So it goes to Leif's turn.
So I don't know if I want to expand the fog anymore.
Okay.
If they want a storm, I can give them some lightning, but I need to aim this thing very carefully because I'm not responsible for the audience, and I'm not setting the stage on fire.
Aim up.
I like the idea.
Wait, what's my range? Hold on.
I think it's 10 on that, if I'm not mistaken.
It's 10. How do I use like the line tool?
Go to the ruler on the left-hand side, like that.
Oh, that is not as far as I'd hope. It's 10 feet.
Okay,
Well,
so
no,
range
you don't
10
want it to
means
go
you can
out
go
to
to
them.
45.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Actually, technically 50 from you. So it can go. So from where you're standing right now, you could actually go all the way out to the third row of kobolds and out to
Yeah,
here.
I'm not gonna be that crazy.
10 feet is fine, just for visual effects. It's like 3D.
Well, it should be within range, but I sort of want it like down below us on the map. And basically, I want to aim in between where the stage and the kobolds would be. So, like in like this row. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
just
like,
further
right-
down,
can you-
so it's not
Can
near
you ping that again for me? Like right about here, where you're saying?
No. Like
No?
Can you see my pings?
No.
Hold. Not from. No, you need to hold down left. Oh, switch from ruler. That's why. Switch from ruler to a regular arrow. There you go. So okay, so like right
Yeah,
here.
below there.
Okay. So you go
And-
ahead and you cast which now?
I'm casting Storm Spike, which is an at-will ability.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
Bless you.
Alright, so you cast it?
Am I just rolling to see if I like hit where I actually aim it?
Yeah, just roll it.
Because I'm aiming for the ground, basically.
Right, just go ahead and roll.
What?
All you just gotta do is just click the Storm Spike roll button. Well, seeing as the ground has no reflex, That'd be creepy if all of a sudden you make a strike for the ground and it shifts to avoid the strike. Like, what the? So the lightning strikes the ground, and all of a sudden the kobolds are just like whipped up into a frenzy. They're all excited, but you kind of hear this soft like, boo. These three back here, and like the rest of the crowd just kind of like turns on them, and they kind of jab to the front. They're kind of like just making all these wild gestures, and in Draconic, they're like imparting to them. It's like, don't you see? This is just a trick. Like, these guys are terrible. They don't know what they're doing. The girl we have, she's so much better. And the crowd kind of boos and hisses at the three as they just converge on the three and just kind of start beating the holy crap out of them.
Holy shit.
And it's almost like this mad, like, mob rush of about maybe, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of, I would say, about 150 kobolds just going at it in the middle of this place. And as they part, you can see there's an entrance to a cave back this way. And they're clearly not paying attention to you, so what do you guys choose to do?
Well, the fog is up, so I think we should use it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so probably get off. We should probably get off the stage, like using the fog as some cover,
Mm-hmm.
and then decide what to do while they're beating up the jerkers in the audience.
Yeah, and they're going like ham-bony on this guy, and the mob is just getting, like, it's turning into this gigantic just zone of kobolds. Like, like I said, there's easily about 150 of these guys just going at it, and they're the 150 included the three that were in the audience. So it's a good 147 on 3 fight. The good old fight that's considered fair odds. Say about 49-1 for each of the guys with the shields. Something like that.
The shield counts for 48.
We heard them mention the actress, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think at some point we're gonna have to make a beeline for the entrance over there.
Well, they are definitely not paying attention right now. Like, they are going ham-bony on these guys, and it's turning into kind of a craziness. But there's like no general awareness of the area surrounding them at all whatsoever. So technically, if there's any time you guys want to make a run for the cave, this is a good time to try it.
I say we make a break for it now while they're busy.
Make a break for it.
Go.
Yep.
Go.
Okay.
Go.
So the group of you sprint across the map, and you wind up inside the cave, which is a perfect opportunity for us to take a break. We're at the top of the hour, so we're going to take a quick 2-3 minute break on this one, and we're going to get back into it. We're going to try to play this out one until the end on this one.
Alright.
So hopefully this is the last break we have to take, because I know we're starting to get late for our Eastern folks, and I don't want to start getting too much later for our other stuff. So this will be a real quick 2-3 minute break.
Just gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back momentarily.